And we are live.
We are
Well, live
live.
recording. We're not live. We should try a live stream one of these times. I'm not sure. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Week 13.
Yes, week 13 is
In the
in a day will
al-
be fully in the
almost
books.
almost in the books. Yep.
But as
So
far
how
as
was your
what we
Thanksgiving?
are concerned, it's in the books. So what you were asking me earlier, something about Thursday.
How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was absolutely fantabulous until about what was it? 3:10, 3:05
Hmm.
when the guy who got fired decided he didn't remember how to call a timeout. And we're now both here very disappointed because the Lions had no business winning that game at the end of that.
Right. Well, it would have went into overtime, most probably.
But the Lions hadn't done jack the whole second half.
Yeah.
And they may have been able to get the ball first and like just ran down their throats, but we'll never know because somebody didn't know how to come out. You know,
Right.
much like you know. I'm being
uh,
festive. You know, we just had Thanksgiving. It's now time to be festive for a month.
yep.
Just be lucky I put up any Christmas music while we're doing this. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, don't. Your other freaking horn thing is annoying enough. We don't need Christmas
What?
music too. Yeah, exactly. I just had to listen to that during the freaking game. And it's like, ugh.
Yes.
Can we not?
This moment that he knew.
I'm in danger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so looks like the Packers were given a very easy winnable game this weekend.
Yeah.
And the
And they,
Vikings, you know, decided to, not do anything for 3 quarters.
yeah.
It's one of those games where
When the Cardinals were down at the very end there, and it was fourth down, they were, what, a couple
yeah,
yards out of the freaking end zone. I'm going, go for the freaking touchdown. It was at that moment that I
yeah,
knew
they messed up.
they.
Wait, weren't they going for a field goal?
They did go for a field goal
Yeah,
instead
and
of
you're
going for a
like, go
touchdown.
for a touchdown here
Yeah,
because
because they were up by 3. Going for a field goal puts them up by 6.
it doesn't matter if we score a touchdown.
Exactly.
The
If
only
they
thing
would
it
have went for a touchdown, even if they missed it, they were still not, in any different position. You know.
and in the Vikings offense isn't exactly a slouch. They were talking about how good the offense was, and
Especially in
how
a 2-minute
tired
situation, the Vikings, and at that point they had gotten
yeah,
rolling. So
yes,
why? Why?
and it's these are this team is one of the teams where like it's not necessarily what we're doing; it's what defenses automatically go to, and the what we have on offense is going to eat that up.
Yeah. The Vikings had gotten their offensive momentum. You can't rely on a 6-point lead at that point
Yeah,
with what was it? Almost 2 minutes left.
yeah, we had over 2 minutes left. I think it was almost 3 when we got the ball.
Yeah, yeah, because the Cardinals got it back with like a minute something left to try to
And
get a
so,
field
like,
goal.
they were trying to sort of milk it a little bit because they knew, like, hey, once we get down there, it's gonna be let's try and
Yeah.
you know, it's. I was like, we gave them too much gum time. Against the Cardinals,
Obviously not, because they threw an interception
yeah.
in the game.
I mean, every single play was a negative play, and that's the okay. So over the years of us playing against Kyler Murray, before if you hit him a few times, he just shrunk. now he'll like do some plays, but when it comes into pressure situations at the end of the game like this, he still seems to shrink a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of funny. I was watching the end of the Jets game, and Rogers was kind of like not doing what he needed to do at the end either, and it reminds me of him a little bit. Even when he was back in Green Bay, he's not a fourth quarter comeback kind of guy.
In Green Bay, he was a little bit.
Okay. Most of his wins came though when like he was on and he knew he was on and he was like confident he was gonna freaking dice you up and you win 30 to like 12.
Um, this is the heart attack pack. We don't win 30-12.
You can't take that from the Lions. They're the cardiac cats.
No, the heart attack pack is giving me coronaries
if
more
you
than a few
look
times.
if you look at Fort Rogers fourth quarter numbers when they're down, it is not pretty.
No?
And I don't know if it's just because he's more worried about numbers, and so like when it comes down to if he's not having it, he just kind of disappears that day or whatever. But
Would he do that though?
every time, he literally looks at everything and is ultra whatever upon the things and stuffs.
That's that ayahuasca.
Yep. Even before the ayahuasca, which is really funny because it sounds like Iowa, which is just really dumb. But no offense to you Iowa fans out there. But anyways, or maybe all the offense.
Iowa has
Yeah.
fans?
They have a couple. There's a couple people
I
that
thought
live
they
there.
wouldn't give Iowa a team because of Minnesota won.
There. Anyway, so
all right.
I knew it wasn't great, but look at
It seemed more one-sided than that to me with the well, I suppose it was pretty one-sided on the yards.
it was. I mean, it wasn't like it's not like the line's way over here because we like up until the fourth quarter, we had like 100, 150 yards at the most, and so like it was crazy. But like, then you look at the yards per play, it's like
the Cardinals
we just
gashed you on
didn't have
rushing
the
yards.
ball as much. I mean, like we have more yards per play. We just didn't have as many plays because of your guy, Aaron Jones, decided to give him the ball a couple times.
77 to 51 plays.
Oh yeah. See,
Yep.
so that's why it felt like the Cardinals were just killing it, which they kind of were. But we just got time of possession, interception throws though. That's what kept us in it.
Yep.
Which
Well,
really,
one of those interceptions, it would have been a punt anyways, and the other one was the game sealer. So I don't think that really made as big of a deal as
it's still as a momentum changer though versus a punt. Like, hey, our guy made a play.
Honestly, the momentum shift was when they decided not to go for the first down or for the touchdown and kick the field goal. Well, let's be honest. I mean, if they would have went for the touchdown there, it would have been a whole different ball game.
I mean, game probably would have been over if they would have gotten it, or we would have gotten a better buffer. It all depends on whether they get the on that fourth down or not. So
yeah, I mean, if they didn't get it on fourth down, they're in the same position that they're in. Otherwise.
Right, they still need to go down and score.
Right.
It's just they would need more of a score.
Yeah.
And that's what it.
A field goal would have tied it. But then again, on that drive that you guys went down and scored, you guys were in fourth and something.
Yeah.
If you were only down by 3 points, would have gone to overtime at that point.
I was I was a little bit nervous on that play.
I bet you were. I bet you were.
That was after we got that. Then I felt, all right, we got this. You know,
I don't know how they stop you on third down, and then they let you get it on fourth down. Like
because they blitz on third down, but then fourth down they don't. Like that's what it comes down to. Actually, I think they may blitz one extra
makes
guy,
no sense, none whatsoever.
But it. Yeah, no, that was interesting to say the least.
Yep.
Very, very interesting. So, we stay a game ahead of you guys. What? Technically, kind of two-ish.
How do you figure?
I mean, because obviously we have to play each other again.
Right.
But currently we have the tiebreaker.
You have the tiebreaker. Yeah, I suppose there's that.
So, you guys have an extra divisional loss as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting coming up the stretch.
Even if you beat us in a tie, we would still have the tiebreaker with the divisional record since you guys lost two games in division. So,
yeah,
that's why. Yeah, stuff and things.
Yeah, I was definitely rooting for Cardinals today.
Oh, I'm you and the Lions.
The girlfriend and I would have been celebrating with a good root beer if the Vikings had lost today.
But you did not celebrate with a good root beer, or just had a good root beer?
I did
not even. No. Wow.
That is saved for a special occasion: Packers winning, or the Vikings losing to the Cardinals.
Right. Right. Yeah. I still that Lions Bears game, that still just baffles my mind. Obviously, the dude got fired. He deserved it because he can't call timeout. Now, some people say Caleb Williams should have called that timeout because he had an opportunity too, but he's a first-year guy, unless it's like a very situational, like things really messed up, call timeout. But like, he just got tackled. He's trying to.
Yeah, that is totally on that coach. That coach should have played that clock. 100%.
Yes.
Williams, should he have? Yes, possibly, maybe. But like you said, as a first-year quarterback, the coach should be managing that clock.
Yeah.
100%. And that's on him. And now he's lost his job because of it.
And this is
I think the Bears season is pretty well done at this point. They're not getting to the playoffs.
Yeah. At this point, they're trying to play spoilers for us. Please.
Yep. Yep.
Beat the Lions at home. That's all we ask.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice, huh?
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I mean, I honestly, it's gonna be really cold when they come down there, and I don't believe golf is gonna be able to do anything, and they're gonna stop that run.
Yeah.
That's my opinion, but
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, much like the late game on Thursday.
It was a good game. The Packers did what they should have done.
Yes.
It was definitely an expected win.
If they did not win, that would be the most laughable thing. Like, how can you let a pansy team like the Dolphins come in there?
If you scroll down to the penalties, I thought during the game that there was going to be more penalties than there was. I was actually a little surprised that was
still
right.
10 penalties is
well, that's Dolphin side.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Oh, you thought you had more?
I thought we had more penalties than we did because there was several false starts, and at home on offense, you can't do that. That's just.
I mean, I would say blame it on the away team coming in making noises, but there was no Dolphin fans there. This isn't NFC.
My oldest nephew was a Dolphin fan there, but that's no.
So there was one confirmed fan,
and he lives in Oshkosh, 50 miles away. Yeah, no. Yeah, that during the game, I was going, what are we doing here? Yeah, we definitely got after the quarterback a bit.
Yes. I mean, one of
Um,
those was very iffy whether or not a flag should have been thrown or not, considering not you shouldn't really throw a flag based upon who the quarterback is and that, he's more injury prone in that way with the hit to the helmet, whatever they're saying it was shoulder, the whiplash is just from the initial blow to the shoulder, which okay I get, but from a referee standpoint of view, like how fast it is, like that's hard not to throw that one.
yeah, I was actually surprised when I looked at these stats how close the total yardage was,
Right, right.
based on the final score. I
Mm.
thought we had more
Well,
dominance on the yards.
yeah, rushing yards is a big,
Yeah, rushing yards. Obviously, we tore it up a little bit on the ground, which
of
brings
course.
me to one point of contention that we're going to have to address going forward. I know we were talking about a certain someone earlier in the season, and
Yeah. So
I
he
think
has like
he's
187 yards more.
I think he's been stepping up. Is what I'm
Yes.
getting at. Yes,
Hmm.
the numbers not hugely different there from the
Right.
Aaron Jones to the Josh Jacobs number, but when it counts, it's there, and
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, your guy got him because you guys need a physical force in there. You've needed a physical force in there. Like that's really saved your guys's like quite a few wins for you, honestly. Because when Love is just being Love and
yep.
forgetting that he doesn't have to try really hard all the time, um, it's not good. And he's really showed up. And let's go ahead and grab the his stat line. That's 19. What is
That's
this?
that's 19 carries for 43 yards, and then the 4 for 74 is receiving yards.
Okay.
He
And
had
that
one
was
big he had one big 49-yard receiving
yeah,
uh,
yeah. I remember
reception.
seeing that.
So
Yep. He only had
that
43 yards
definitely
this
pumped that.
last game.
As far as carrying, yep, rushing,
Wow.
yeah,
That's interesting.
yep, but
Very, very interesting.
yep.
Now, sorry, I'm I have a bone to pick, not necessarily with you, and I'm gonna throw this up there, and you're probably gonna be like, "Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense," and it doesn't. So it gets this time of year when people start talking about MVP and whatever. I'm gonna say this out front. I am not saying Sam Darnold should be MVP.
Who is your pick for MVP?
We'll get there. We
Okay,
we
okay.
will get there. But today on national media, I saw what was it? The guy for the Eagles, not the Eagles. Oh yeah, Eagles. Barkley,
Barkley, Saquon.
Saquon Barkley, Travis Henry, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Jared Goff. That being said, here's Jared Goff's numbers. AKA, this is before today's game for Minnesota. So Goff had 12 games, 22 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Yeah, I
Sam
don't think
Darnold
Jared Goff is MVP either.
got 2
I
more touchdowns today. And these numbers are very comparable without the extra game.
right.
I'm not saying Sam Darnold should be in the conversation. I'm just saying Jared Goff shouldn't be, or they both either should be or they both shouldn't be. Like that's what
I
I'm
agree.
getting at. Where Love's right here, but he has like a few more picks too, and he has short couple games, so that's probably part of the reason. But who knows? We will never know what would happen in those 2 other games. But anyways,
Right.
my point is, neither one of them should be there. I get Joe Burrow and Jackson. Like, come on, 3
Yep.
interceptions, 4 interceptions, 27 touchdowns each. I
Yep.
get it. And of course,
Jackson's my quarterback on fantasy, so I'm happy about that.
you lucky SOB. I should have drafted him. I had the chance to. I just he just runs.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. If it's not going to be a quarterback, I would say Saquon is
Yeah,
a good pick.
Saquon. I mean, Saquon right now is fantasy football MVP. I will tell you that much right now.
Yeah. He was actually drafted right before I picked in fantasy,
Right.
so there's that.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I picked him. I think first round because everybody was going wide receiver, tight end. I'm like, I'm going to do the
I
opposite.
ended up
of
with
the
Amon
opposite.
Ra first round.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's my bone. I don't care if Sam Darnold is in the conversation, but Goff shouldn't be if he's not. That's
I
my only
agree,
bone.
but that to me is a mute discussion because if it's going quarterback, it's not going to either of them.
Right, exactly.
You know,
Just
it's
depends on what you
going
consider
Jackson.
more important to that person's team.
I'm hoping the Ravens can knock out
So-
the Chiefs this year. I don't want to see
Well,
the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Joe Burrow really isn't in the conversation either because they're only 4-7. But Jackson at 8-4, you got Darnold at 10-2, you got Jerry Goff at 11-1, and that's probably more so what they're looking at is the win totals of said players as well. Because it's the best player on the best team or whatever you want to call it. So
Right.
I don't know. It's just one of those little things. Like I swear the national media just hates the Vikings or all things Minnesota. Let's be honest.
Well, I mean, can you really blame them?
Yes, I can. Because, yeah. Anyways,
I mean, we all know the Vikings are going to choke. We're just waiting for it to happen.
I mean, you act like the Packers are gonna do well in the playoffs this year. Like, come on.
I'm happy my team consistently goes. Let's be honest. I'm happy about that.
Well, see, that's the thing. I am too. It just so happens to be that we've gone the most without winning it, and that's what people look at. And I'm like, I'm just tired of that narrative.
Why? Because it's not true?
Oh, it's true. I'm just tired of hearing about it.
That reminds me of that
Yeah.
Jeff Dunham skit.
Yeah, Bubba J. I'm just tired of hearing about NASCAR fans drink too much. Why? Because it's not true. Oh, it's true.
I'm just tired of hearing
exactly where I
about
pulled it from.
it. That's why I had to set it up.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because
Yeah.
it's not true?
Exactly. So, fantasy teams aren't doing great this week for me, but it's whatever. Playoffs are just around the corner, and should be making both of them on that. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
My fantasy team's been having some issues, but yeah.
do you have anything else to add? Heard she has something to add to it.
Hang on one second. I was going to. The girlfriend had a question to add about whether Matt was going to be a Packers fan on Thursday.
Oh, because you play the Lions. I mean, Vikings are going to still win, so I don't care what you guys do. So if you win again, yay. If you lose, come on, man. It's the Lions. The Bears just should have beat them, and you guys can't do that? Come on. Let's go.
This is true. I'm definitely hoping that we can knock it out, especially with them being as injury prone as they are.
Yeah, they keep on stacking them up right now, honestly.
Yep.
Yep. And I really do think that's starting to affect their output offensively, especially against teams that can somewhat show up on defense. I don't know. I'd like to see the Packers win 1 week, and this is the week.
Who is your game coming up?
I don't know.
On the
Actually.
spot.
I didn't look that up.
He's going, I'm still reeling for my win.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I forgot to. You know what? Hold up. I'm gonna pause the recording here real quick. All right, so I have. I was gonna do like a little thing beforehand, and I failed to do so. But I don't know if you know this, but something happened on Friday.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I know. I watched that game in its entirety. And unfortunately, on that particular topic, this is a house divided.
Oh, what?
Yes.
She's a Gopher fan?
She is a Gopher fan. Her brother played for the Gophers.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we actually were a house divided on Friday for that game.
So she got to
And
celebrate with a root beer, and you did not.
Unfortunately, it was rough. There was no root beer involved in that particular game.
She deserves a root beer right now. Get her on. She deserves a root beer
Jess,
for that.
come here a second.
You can just hand her the headset. If she don't want to be on the camera.
Yeah,
That's fine.
she might not want to be on camera, but
Yes.
You need to go crack open one of those root beers because you deserve one for Friday, winning the axe back.
Right? And we stopped Wisconsin from going
from
to
getting the bowl
another
game.
bowl. Yep.
Yes. So you need to get your celebratory root beer. You get one for that.
All right.
Said so.
Thanks, Matt.
oh boy.
Yeah.
Wisconsin is not doing that good in college this year, unfortunately. And it's unusual.
It seems to be getting actually worse.
It's been quite some time since Wisconsin has not been to a bowl, so.
Yes, and I'm happy we're the ones to be able to do that to you.
Yeah, no, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I was hoping that we could take the axe and keep it back in Madison.
Yeah.
This year.
The nice thing about it was we took that feeling from you really quick in the game. So.
Yeah, that game was not even close, unfortunately. I'm watching the whole game, going, they're gonna pick it up. They're gonna Nope.
No.
It just wasn't.
TJ Flex got that Gophers team rolling pretty good. We beat 2 ranked teams. We were a score away from beating 2 other ranked teams.
Yep.
And we're 7-5. But if we get those and get North Carolina at the beginning of the year at 10-2. Is that because it's 12 games altogether. So yeah. And we're talking about a potential tournament bid, which is crazy to even think about. But it didn't happen, so we'll just go do a regular bowl game, and maybe if we beat them, we'll get ranked at the final.
So we never did talk about what your game was on Sunday.
Oh. Yeah, I was looking that up.
You were looking that up when you realized that you forgot to give me shit about the
because that
Wisconsin
was what
game.
that's what the web page was on my phone.
Uh-huh.
So
it wouldn't be a border battle podcast without talking about the border battle.
We have to talk about.
I get it. I get it 100%. Yep.
Especially football.
We're primarily Vikings and Packers, but the college matters too, right?
Yes. Yep. We get to host your favorite quarterback. What's his name again? Oh yeah, Kirk Cousins. Almost
Kirk
forgot his name.
Cousins.
And the Falcons.
Oh boy.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, they might come in tough. They might fold, but their record is not that good.
Yeah, they're kind of hit and miss this year, unfortunately.
Yeah, they are currently. What are the Falcons? They are 6-6.
Come on.
Now that being said,
Come on.
anybody outside of our division is not. To be honest, unless it's an AFC opponent, which ours
It
weren't
wouldn't
that
be a
great this year.
podcast without the cameo. Of course, he's not. There you go. Yeah.
He's not all that excited today. He probably just
Yeah. He
The
was up
Vikings
late
won,
last night. We kept him up past midnight last night, so
Oh.
he yeah,
Not
he's
used to that.
tired today. Yep. But
makes sense.
he's still coming in for his cameo.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Well, even Theo knows. What everybody knows.
Well,
That
the
The
Bears
Bears
still suck.
suck.
Mm. This week more